is good? Best Take Podcast is definitely your host, David Lewis here. And today we're going to finish talking about the doggone trade that just went down with Karl-Anthony Towns and Julius Randle and Dante. This is the most unnecessary trade I have ever seen in NBA offseason history. Both of these teams literally just had a good playoff run. I feel like the New York Knicks was one injury away from the conference finals. Because I don't think, to be honest with you, I think the Pacers' run was really a fluke this year. I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. There's no hate to the Indiana Pacers. I'm just being flat out honest. I don't think the Indiana Pacers would have beaten a healthy Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. And I definitely don't think they would have beaten a fully healthy New York Knicks team in the second round. I just don't think that. You know what I'm saying? All the way, I had Boston coming out of the Eastern Conference this year, no matter what, no matter who they faced. But to me, the Eastern Conference Finals really should have been, this year, it really should have been either Boston versus Milwaukee or Boston versus New York. We was robbed of that because of injuries. So we had to deal with the boo-boo Pacers being in there with the Boston Celtics and them choking leads. And then, anyway, I'm not even going to talk about all that. But then we're going to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, who literally just beat the defending champion Denver Nuggets in the second round, coming back from 20 points in Game 7 and winning a game to the conference finals. Their first conference finals appearance, I think, since 2004. And that was way back when KG was an active basketball player. You know how long it's been since Anyway, not the point. The point is, this is the most unnecessary trade. And the reason why this is so unnecessary to me, in my opinion, was because both of these teams had a good team. Like the New York Knicks, they had Julius Randle, and I feel like Randle could at least came off the bench this year, at best. If not coming off the bench, he could have at least started while we was waiting for Mitchell Robinson to, heal up. Because I don't even know if Mitchell Robinson is going to be healthy or fully healthy by the time this regular season starts. If he is, cool, we could have just used him to come off the bench. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter to me. The Nova Knicks, we never even got a chance to even see the Nova Knicks, even play a game. We was robbed of that. You know how crazy that is? It's like I said on my short that you guys watched. If the New York Knicks was going to trade Julius Randle, they should have just traded Julius Randle. There was no point of adding Dante into that trade at all, in my opinion. Now, a report recently just came out a few hours ago. I would think sometime yesterday. I don't know if it's true or not. But apparently, the New York Knicks was trying to regress Dante's role, and that's why he was involved in the Julius Randle trade. I don't think that was necessarily true. I didn't buy it, but if it is true, then, it does sound realistic because, what can go wrong for the Knicks will go wrong for the Knicks. It's the New York Knicks. Come on, guys. They haven't won since 1971. Phil Jackson had a full head of hair. Phil Jackson was in his 20s the last time they won a championship. So, of course, it's the Knicks, okay? Anyway, the point is, this is just unnecessary. It really is unnecessary. You trade Cat for Julius Randle. And then it doesn't even really fit Minnesota's system, to be honest with you. But, of course, this new CBA is so freaking trash. So it makes every team really overpay a player that they really don't want to pay him. I saw Cat's contract, and he was going to be making more money than LeBron, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant this year. And he's definitely not on their level. But as far as, being on the team or staying on the team, I feel like he should have never been traded, to be honest with you. And if you guys were going to trade it for him, why would you trade it for Julius Randle? Another guy who really doesn't play that well in the playoffs. Literally, this is Julius Randle's numbers, and this is Karl-Anthony Towns' numbers. Now, they don't really play, that elite in the playoffs, but just coming off of what Karl-Anthony Towns just did in these recent playoffs, I feel like that was enough to at least keep him for at least one more season and then trade him off. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even make sense. How come y'all trade Cat, but y'all ain't gonna trade Rudy Gobert, who literally got a game winner on his head in the playoffs? But we're not gonna trade him. The point of the matter is, before I absolutely crashed out, because this trade is really pissing me off. Because I wanted to see the Nova Knicks actually do something, because I felt like the Knicks were actually a real serious contender for Eastern Conference champions. At least the conference finals, at least. I can't count out the Boston Celtics. Here's the teams I'm going to count out this upcoming season, or I'm really paying attention to. The Boston Celtics, because they're the reigning NBA champions. The Denver Nuggets, because they're 1 year removed from being reigning champions. The Thunder, who have a promising future, who would have a full load of draft picks. I mean, literally, like my nephew could get drafted by the Knicks. It doesn't even make sense. But they have so many trades over there in OKC. They got another team I'm looking forward to is obviously the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, I don't have them making it back to the finals like some people do, but I definitely can see them making it back to the conference finals, depending on who they face. And depending on how Klay Thompson fits in his role, then that's that. But I'm not gonna count them out because they just made it to the finals with Kyrie, Luka Doncic, and it would be kind of stupid to count them out. And then another team I would definitely not counting out is Minnesota. Well, I wasn't counting out until this trade, which was Minnesota, but now Minnesota has Julius Randle, so now I had to just see if Julius Randle fits in their system to even take them as serious. Because I know Anthony Edwards is going to get his numbers, but like, I ain't gonna lie, with them trading Cat and how they was rolling, like, I might have to see it to believe it, to see if they can make a conference finals again. That's just my opinion. And that's the Western Conference. The only teams I take it seriously in the Eastern Conference is really Boston, Milwaukee, and I guess the Knicks now still, even though they just traded for Karl-Anthony Towns. And don't get me wrong, Karl-Anthony Towns fitting with the New York Knicks system, with the way their offense is ran, it actually does make sense since they want to have more three-point shooting, which is fine. The only problem is that I think there's no real winner with this recent trade, in my opinion. But if I had to say a winner just to choose one, I would have to say the Knicks because the Knicks got an extra shooter. They got a 7-foot shooter who can play power forward and center, who can stretch out the floor and hit threes. And he's a good three-point shooter. He really is a good three-point shooter. That's one thing I would say about Cat. Cat's not really an interior defender, but he can shoot and he can stretch out the floor. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to roll a pick and roll fade and you can kick it out to him on catch and shoot shots, he can get it in for you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. But Julius Randle is a good player. He's a 2-time All-Star. He got a little something, but I just don't think his play style fits in Minnesota. I would just have to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying? But you guys let me know in the comments, who y'all gonna take seriously? Like, who do you think the teams that we really gotta take seriously coming up to this season or to next season since this trade went down? Because the team I'm predicting already, super early finals predictions, which is super, super early. The season hasn't even started. A game hasn't even been played yet. But my prediction who's going to make the finals this year is Boston and Denver. I can see it. It's either Boston or Denver, or we have a Boston versus Mavs rematch with Klay Thompson in the remix. But you guys let me know what y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. All that'll be in the description. You know what I'm saying? You know how we kick it over here at the Best Take Podcast. Make sure you guys also keep following the Instagram and the TikTok as well. Turn on the post notifications on those apps over there as well, because you know sometimes I may just have a day and I just might randomly go live and might chop it up with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just you never know. So if you're not trying to miss no content, then follow your boy on social media. Alright, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and I'm out of here. If I ain't tell you that